But parked it up last night. Then I went to move it last night because it was in the way, and this happened. Hi guys, welcome back to Saving Salvage and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are working on the RS3. It's been a long time since I've worked on this, so I'm trying to wrap my brains about what I've actually got to do as well. Let's just have a quick look at her. So she is quite, I don't know, 85% done. I've just been looking around it, just trying to remember what needs to be done. There's just loads of little bits. So we've got to take the bumper back off because we've got to fit this grille down here, and I think some of the clips may be broken, so I'm gonna, they actually, the grills bond in, so when the clips go in, there's a like plastic glue on the back of them that stops them coming out, so they're bonded in from the factory. So I think I'm going to just do the same thing, get some plastic glue and bond the grill back in. Then we've also got the covers for the headlight washers to put on. I think there's also a headlight washer I've got to put in as, yeah, that one's got a headlight washer, as you can see. So I've got a headlight washer for this side, so we just need to fit that as well. And then the bumper needs to be properly fitted, and then that, just having a look, that will be the front end done. Yep, that's all the front end done. So we've got the interior, it's absolutely filthy, look. Interior wise, we've got this door to put back together because this is a replacement door. Did have a bit of a panic because had no idea where the speaker and the cover for that was, but I managed to find it over there somewhere. So we're all good there. Door card is in the boot in there, so we'll put that door card back together as well. Now that will be done. Still trying to source a steering wheel airbag, which is a bit of a nightmare. We'll also today fit the seat belts. I've got those over there as well, so we'll do that. And coming around the back for the most obvious thing, refit the rear bumper, which is there. Yeah, there she is. Refit that, refit the lights, which are in the boot, and then that should be done as well. And then it will actually look like a proper RS3, I think. There's a few little random things like damage on here, look. So it's just really random. I don't know why there's damage on the rubber seals, but there's no damage at all to the paintwork or the window. So it's a bit weird, but I'm going to see if someone can repair that, or I will get a new one of those fitted as well because it just looks horrible. And I'm pretty sure it's a similar story the other side. Yeah, similar story this side as well. I have no idea why, but there's just damage on the window trims. Only on the rear quarter window trims though, no idea. So again, repair / replace. That won't be a thing we'll do straight away. Obviously now I'm going to keep this for a little bit. It'll just be one of those things I do over time. Oh, one other thing, which I think quite a lot of people mentioned. This door handle, don't worry, I did find the door handle off the other door. I think it's in here somewhere. Yeah, it's in there somewhere. I think it's under the seat. So I'll replace that as well. So we've got a lot of little bits to do today. So, without further ado, let's crack on. Right guys, RS3 update. The rear end looks good. From this angle, the car looks absolutely spot on. There she is, look. All lights back in, bumper back on, all good. Moving down the car though, unfortunately, it's one bumper on, one bumper off. Front bumper I cannot put back on because I am waiting for a few parts that I forgot from last time. So there's a washer, headlight washer jet. I did order one, but I cannot find it for love nor money, so can't put the front bumper back on until I've got that in position, and also the headlight washer cover, which I think I'm going to explain in a minute. If I haven't, I'm going to do it now. I need this part for the other side, look. But you cannot buy, even though it's got its own part number, they've stopped making these, they've been discontinued, and you can't buy this bracket surround that holds the headlight cover in. So the only way I've been told to get this is to buy a whole bumper for £900. So don't know what I'm going to do at the minute. I cannot find any secondhand anywhere, so I'm just going to have to keep my eyes peeled, maybe have a look at like a damaged bumper to see if I can maybe get one of these off. Maybe an S-line bumper. I don't know if that's the same or not, but I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled and hopefully I can get one of these pretty quickly. So the bumper will not be going back on the RS3 at the moment. Yes, she is absolutely minging filthy, but as with all electrical connections still exposed, I've got plugs out. I had plugs out on the back as well. I didn't want to wash the car with those electrical connections exposed, but all it means is when I do eventually get around to cleaning it, it's going to be one hell of a transformation and she's going to look sweet. So that is it. So we got quite far. We got bumper on, bumper off, but now we're going to crack on with the seatbelts, I think, because I think that's the last thing I can do on this. So yeah, we'll crack on the seatbelts. Right, that's the old seatbelt on the passenger side out. It's not too difficult, this job, but it's just one of them things. It's the plastic trims and you have to pull them off. You have to pull them off with quite some force, and you're just a bit nervous that any time you could break some of the trims. So what we had to do, remove the trim that runs along the sill of the car. So the one long trim, all clipped on, no bolts on that, and it's clipped in here as well, and then you've just got to work your way up. There is a couple of bolts here, which was for the bottom of this panel here. There's the 2 bolt holes, look, and that's for the adjuster for the seatbelt at the top. That are the only 2 bolts you've got to undo, but you just have to be careful. And there's our airbag connector. Actually, I'm going to show you the old one. There's our old one. It's been sat in there there's obviously a bit of moisture that's gone in behind from where it's just been sat for so long. It's a bit wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the heat gun in here now and just dry it all out so it's nice and dry. And then we will go ahead and install our new seatbelt. RS3 is all packed up outside. Interior is all completely finished now. That's the interior done with the seat belts. That's both sides done. Just took her for a quick spin up the drive, and it actually sounds really nice. Obviously we've got the secondary decats fitted to this, and it sounds really nice. And hopefully that intercooler will be being replaced by a bigger one very soon as well. But that's all we can do at the minute, unfortunately, on the RS3, until we get them bumper parts and fit the rear bumper. Sorry, the front bumper. It'll have to stay like that, annoyingly. So all we've really achieved is fitted the rear bumper, removed the front. But now, annoyingly, very annoyingly, I don't think this A3 3.2 V6 wants to be sold, because it keeps coming back with more new faults. So obviously we had the the body control module, convenience module, that went while it has been sat for a few months, so we replaced that. that was the indicator problem, so the indicator's all fine. Obviously we road tested it with the new transfer box in yesterday, and it now drives absolutely spot on, 4-wheel drive works, and I said it was done. But parked it up last night, then I went to move it last night because it was in the way, and this happened. Pay attention to the dash. Pay attention to that battery warning light that's not going out. Very interesting. So I was like, no, that's surely just me, must be an error. So I checked all the obvious fuses, no fuses gone, got me multimeter out, tested the battery voltage with the engine running. You should be seeing between sort of 13.9, 14.3 volts with the alternator charging correctly. And obviously this is a new battery as well, and we are seeing 10.3, which is battery voltage. So that means the alternator's not charging now. Bloody cars. So now we're gonna have to get the A3 in the air. We're gonna drop the under tray off just to confirm that the alternator, that's the problem. We'll just put a multimeter directly on the output wire of the alternator just to confirm that it is not charging, and then we have to order a new alternator. This 3.2 is testing me, but it obviously just doesn't want to be sold. It's okay, you can stay. Right, let's get it in the air, test it out. Right, I've just removed the under tray, removed the wheel arch liner to get a bit more access. Just to fully confirm the alternator's at fault, I'm just going to test it with the engine running, obviously. Multimeter directly on the output for the alternator. If it's faulty, we should just see battery voltage. It should be 14, really 14.12 volts, but we're about to see. There you go. 11.2 volts, which is nowhere near enough output from the alternator. So, as I said, we should be seeing sort of 13 point low end, 13.8 to 14.23. So that's confirmed. Alternator at fault. Right, there we go. Got our alternator out on the floor. I forgot to mention, if you're going to do this, just remember to disconnect the battery. Obviously it is a complete live battery wire that goes to the alternator, so you make sure it's always got at least battery voltage. So if you're trying to use like a 13mm spanner and you earth it out on the block, it's going to be loads of sparks. So just remember, disconnect the battery before removing the battery wire from the alternator. Fairly simple, although it's a little bit just tight trying to get it out the front here. I had to just drop the air compressor down. I managed to do it without disconnecting the pipes, which is the main thing. Just took the 3 bolts off the air compressor, moved it out of the way, and just about wiggled the alternator out. It looks like it was a genuine alternator, so it looks like it was probably on the car from new. So I can't really complain too much if it's, what, 15 years, 16 years old, so it's not done too badly. Yeah, look, it was even made in 2004. If you can see here, look. If it focuses, it says 4504, which means it was made in week 45 of 2004. So, fairly confident this is the original alternator on this car, so 15 years, yeah, can't grumble too much. So, we'll get one of those on order. Right, that's it for today's video, guys. Quick recap of what we've done today. Front bumper's off. Awaiting a few parts, need to search for a headlight washer cover surround trim, and then once we've got that, the bumper can go back on. The rear end's all complete, seat belts all done, interior is all back together. We just need a centre steering wheel airbag for that to be completely done. So it's just a few little bits, but I'm gonna have to search now for this headlight washer trim surround, and then we'll be on literally the home straight with the RS3, which is good news, and we can get it on the road, MOT'd. And then once that's all good, we can start buying some aftermarket modifications, which is I'm looking forward to. And then we got the A3 3.2 in. We had a look at that. Battery warning light came on the dash. Turns out the alternator is knackered, so I've ordered a new one of those. That should be here with me for the next video to start. So in the next video, guys, what I will be doing is hopefully, if I've got time, because I think I've got to drive Monday, so it'll be Tuesday possibly, the alternator should be here by then. So we'll get the 3.2 in, do the alternator, and then, because I'll be waiting for parts for the Mustang, all the parts for that have been they've been extradited from America, because that's where they all sit apparently. Be waiting for parts from the RS3, so we are going to get the A3 TDI in the workshop, and we're going to get that on the ramp, and we're going to start stripping the turbo and getting how to replace the core for the turbo. Right, as always, guys, if you do enjoy these videos, please do like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, please do head over to my Instagram account, which is saving_salvage. And that's pretty much it from me today, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Cheers, guys.